The lead agency for Nigeria should be Nigerian Customs Service, because all the ports are custom ports, all the airports are customs airports, especially when it has international connotation. But then nobody wants to listen to customs. The man in NAFDA will tell you, say, no, customs can go to our minister, I don't have any business with them. Meanwhile, it's engendering a quick turnaround of cargo clearance, and by that itself, the efficiency grade of Nigeria is brought down. It's no longer at optimum service, because every man for himself, God for us all. And then, of course, corruption. At every aspect of operations in maritime industry, money. How to make it, how to get it done. Nobody cares about efficiency. Nobody cares that the man, the shipper, who incidentally brought the cargo, does he have the ability by this time next year to still be in business or not? And Nigeria is at optimum level of importation now, because we're doing more import than export. So that's why importation cannot die, as long as we are not producing. And as long as we go for what we want and not what we need.
Can you expatiate a little bit around that area?
Just like the dress you are wearing now, it's not made in Nigeria. But I tell you, if we wear this same dress and I wear this one that was made in Kaduna, does that change the difference between me and anybody? But because we are always after what we want, everybody wants imported. Everyone wants imported of this, even when there are alternative, either locally of lower grade or therefore within the sub-region of the world, like the West African sub-region. Kente, that is made by Ghana, is even gaining ground because Ghanaians patronize their products. What are we going to patronize in Nigeria?
About shoes.
Even then, most of the people you see on television, politicians and so on, do they patronize made in Nigeria? I wonder why the president cannot be entering innocent motors as a symbol of patronizing our own. All the 600 to 1,000 SUV bought for National Assembly, why not from Innocent? I'm only using Innocent as an example. It's not the only car manufacturer in Nigeria. But why don't we patronize our own and spend less forex importing from over there?
We're still on imports. Let's take a look at the management of importation in the country. Suppose government decides today that they want to reduce importation. We've tried this several times in the past.
They want to
reduce importation, even if they cannot increase export. If government decides today that they want to reduce importation, where do you think they should first look at? Which area?
We have had examples and we have done trial and error over reduction and dependence on importation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
When it becomes a necessity for consumers to demand for a product, if you reduce or make it difficult or more expensive to bring from elsewhere, then smuggling will thrive. And those people who are dependent on smuggling, they will do all they can to make sure that smuggling thrives. There is no alternative to local production. No. And there was a time when I was the president of our association, we mooted the idea when we had the opportunity of meeting with the president of Nigeria. That one of the best steps government should take is all manufacturing equipment, all engineering, necessity, in order to produce what we can use in Nigeria, should be imported free of charge. But government went for oil-related cargo, because everything is dependent on oil. The assumption is that once you are having oil production, the revenue of which goes into federal ports under federation account, that is not what we are talking. We are talking about this cap you are wearing. Can't we do ready-made cap? What machine do we need to do that? Okay, they sell it in Indonesia, they sell it in China. Why don't we bring the equipment free of duty, for God's sake? Establish it, employ some few people, you have removed some people out of labor. Not out of, from poverty,
Yes.
because they will be engaged.
Yes.
You have provided labor. In so many other ways. Look, take agriculture. The downstream of agriculture today, just like the downstream of oil related that they are talking about, downstream of agriculture is not pervasive in this country. But people are not looking at the other side. You buy orange, you pluck orange, you chew the orange, you throw away the shaft. But there are other downstream possibilities that when you plant your orange and you pluck the orange, what is the machine you can use to produce juice at a low scale level? They did it in India, and I witnessed it, where they make juices on the road with their machine, cold. When you pass in, you take a glass, you pay for it, you are moving on. All those are small scale things that can be done. The enablement of governments is to make it free of duty. The downside will be, are we buying something that could last? Will it work for us? Will Nigerians patronize it? Until we organize import based on machinery, based on equipment, not based on raw material. We should provide the raw materials down here. They were not ready to move yet.